of the ministries and parastatals that constitute the executive arm of the government of Ekiti State, one of the most strategic and visible is the Ministry of Works and Transportation. Though its brief occupies number 3, which is infrastructural development in the 6-point development objectives of the Fayose administration in 2014 to 2018 in Ekiti State, budgetary provisions in the years under reference are testaments of the importance of the ministry. In Budget 2016, the economic sector took the lion's share of 14.1 billion naira, which amounts to 57% of the capital expenditure of a total budget profile of about 67 billion naira. Budget 2017 had a size of about 93.4 billion naira, while the economic sector again took the lion's share of the capital expenditure of 17.9 billion naira, and for the budget of accomplishment of 2018, the largest chunk of the capital expenditure of 32.1 billion naira went to the economic sector with 16.3 billion naira. The Ekiti State Ministry of Works and Transportation, since creation, has had 13 commissioners made up of 11 men and 2 women in the following chronological order. Engineer Babatunde Fakoyeje, October 1996 to December 1998. Engineer Adebayo Shadari, now of blessed memory, January 1999 to June 1999. Chief Diron Adesua, June 1999 to October 2002. And Mr. Obafemi Adewale, October 2002 to January 2003. Others are Engineer Ibin Alade, January 2003 to May 2003, Mr. Oladele Okeya, June 2003 to May 2005, Mr. Kayode Osho, May 2005 to October 2006, and Mr. Olatunji Olatunde, June 2007 to March 2009. The list includes Engineer Femi Adedapo, April 2009 to July 2009, Chief Biodun Olujimi, July 2009 to October 2010, Mr. Shola Adebayo, October 2010 to October 2014, Mr. Kayode Osho, October 2014 to April 2016, and Mrs. Theresa Funmilayo Ogun, April 2016 to October 2018. Born to Sir Michael Akinola Ajayi and Lady Victoria Ajike Ajayi from Ori, Idosi local government area of Ekiti State, at Maria Assumpta Hospital at Ekiti, Theresa Funmilayo Ogun attended St. Michael's Primary School at Ajilosun at Ekiti, St. Louis Catholic Secondary School Ikere, where she was chapel and library prefect, and capped it up with a degree in geology from the Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife, Osun State. Thereafter, she worked at various private construction and quarry companies before politics beckoned and aspired to be a member of Ekiti State House of Assembly, a dream which didn't materialize, but later on was appointed as Special Assistant to the Governor on Widows and Women Matters. In April of the year 2016, following the voluntary resignation of Mr. Kayode Osho as Commissioner for Works and Transportation for medical reasons, Mother Luck shone on the Ori Ekiti native and was consequently appointed into the Ekiti State Executive Council, the highest decision-making body of the state, as Commissioner for Works and Transportation. She says the rise to her was a pleasant big blow.
It was a big blow that day because I was not expecting it. In fact, it was the first blow was when I was asked to go to the House of Assembly for screening. I wondered for what purpose. It was just like for cabinet position. I never knew which of the cabinet positions. So after the screening, and then I was announced as the Honorable Commissioner for Works and Transportation, I was elated. I was surprised because I never expected it. And then just 6 months into my service as the SA on Widows Matters and Women Empowerment. So I saw it as another challenge, an opportunity to serve them more. So I took up the challenge and I bless God for what has happened and for where we are today. It wasn't a new terrain because as a geologist, we were just few girls in my class. And when I graduated from the university, I served with a company that is involved in quarrying. And that outfit too, were just few ladies. In fact, at the quarry where I worked, I was the only girl there. And I was in the midst of like 45 men. So that has already prepared me for this task. Also, even in the university days, when you go out for field work, then we're just, in my class, there were about 10 boys and the girls were like 4 girls. Then there was there's no preparation for ladies. We're all in the same camp, in the same room. We're all treated as boys. So then, I think that training, helped me and didn't allow me to see it as a great challenge or as something new. I've been involved working with men on the field, before I became the Commissioner for Works and Transportation. Most people see it as a men's world, men's field. But I believe that what a man can do, a woman can also do, even much better. God created us, both man and woman, and He deposited gifts in us. And He didn't say this gift is only meant for a man, or this gift is just for only women. This gift He gave to us equally. He gave us gifts, different gifts. And this essay to the Governor on Widows Matters and Women's Empowerment. Right from my days, in the university as I was growing up as a lady, I had serious passion for women. So when I was given the opportunity, I saw it as that chance, to occupy that office. Then I saw it as an opportunity to reach out to women. So meeting the women, talking with them, chatting with them, getting to work with them was a great, great opportunity I looked out for. So I enjoyed every bit of it. I was never tired, of an outing with the widows. I remember, there are times you get out, you come back so late. It wasn't a burden. It was the kind of life I enjoyed. So I was happy, working then with women, and I thank God that we had a nice time together. And another, great moment is the day I was recognized, the day of the commissioning of the bridge, that the former number 1 citizen in Nigeria, called upon me and recognized me. I felt so great that in this old place, small girl like me, I thank God for the opportunity.
Her parents, Sir Michael Ajayi and Lady Victoria Ajayi, spoke of her very beginnings and the promise she showed as a young girl growing up before their very eyes.
My wife is preparing to deliver a baby for me. How will I do it? For the love I have to say I hand over my wife to God's hand. I left for her. But eventually, she gave birth to a baby before I arrived from her. The funny part of it, one of the funny part of it, I can realize in Funmilayo's early period. By the time we went for the Thanksgiving harvest in Orekiti, my age mate and age mate male, age mate of my wife female, they presented my wife a special igbaja, very white, clean, fine-looking igbaja for the baby they had that my wife has delivered. So they said this is the present. That was the first present that my Funmilayo we receive on at the early stage. Very hardworking guy. Intelligent, brilliant. But there's only thing that I think that I so much like in that. The man, Funmilayo Ogun, that he brought to us at home is a Catholic, and the parents too are Catholic, practicing Catholic. I said, if that being the case, no matter what part of the country, since we are Catholic and we are Catholics too in our family, we raise no objection.
From the small age, around 3 years upward, Funmilayo has been a hardworking guy, has been an intelligent guy. If you want to do any house help in the house, either you are watching at the age of 3, she will be there. If you are just driving her away that you are too small, so no, mommy, me. If you ask to join you to do that, the little she can do, she will do it. And when she's growing up to the school, she's so brilliant. In her nursery day schools, very brilliant a guy, very neat a guy. And during secondary school education, she's so brilliant that the teachers there like her too much. The Reverend sister, they like her too much. They give her library prefect. They give her many jobs to do because they like her, very smart, very responsible, very intelligent. And in the house, very, very intelligent.
Legacy projects of the Fayose administration, second term in Ado, executed through the supervision of the Ministry of Works and Transportation under the tenure of Mrs. Funmilayo Ogun as Commissioner, include the Justice Ademola Ajakai High Court Complex, constructed at 687 million naira, the 1.2-kilometer Ado-Ekiti flyover with the reconstructed Fajuyi Park and fountain, commissioned by the immediate past President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Dr. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, who gave a public commendation to Mrs. Ogun for a job well done. The new governor's office, which is an artistic beauty to behold night and day, which costs about 1.3 billion naira. Also on the list of infrastructural developments in Ado-Ekiti is the new King's Market, which puts an end to the century-old former King's Market, characterized by filth and years of neglect. The amphitheater and the ultra-modern hall at the Ewis Palace, upgrading the palace to first among equals, is on record. The Ewi, His Royal Majesty Oba Rufus Adejugbe Aladesomi III, and the Olui, His Royal Majesty Oba John Ademola Ajakai, the pioneer Chief Judge of Ekiti State, gave their assessment of Mrs. Ogun as Commissioner for Works and Transportation.
No doubt she had a good parental care. And because of this, I think this has influenced whatever the output we are all witnessing here in Ekiti. As the Commissioner for Works, in the times she served the state. When she came with, I think can a woman perform this job? Because people tend to say that Commissioner for Works tend to be the man's job. But he said the proof, most of us, that what a man can do, a woman can even do it better. She came with good zeal and enthusiastic, and she be performing, and now we can say we thank God for her. She handled at least about 3 projects in this palace that I know. This office I am, when the renovation was on, she came at the point when the renovation was on. The amphitheater, the touch on it. and the palace hall itself from the beginning to the end. And all the projects in the town, particularly the flyover, 1.4 kilometer flyover, the longest in the southwest, if I'm not mistaken. And she did everything to precision, performed beyond expectation. And 24/7, she's on the road. So came out in the night. Then she was here to 12 midnight. She would say, Kabesi, you have to say, you have to come and check what people are doing here. And the governor, well, you cannot take for granted what the governor can do anyway. Because the governor, 2 a.m., you find him on the side. So the woman to try to do and follow suit. So I'm happy to be associated with Mrs. Ogun. As far as the Commissioner for Works in the state is concerned, she performed beyond the
Actually, she was first spiritual advisor on widow affairs. And later, when she was posted to the Ministry of Works, I was even wondering, how can she cope? But quite wonderfully, she coped so well. She supervised so many projects, particularly the High Court complex. You know, my interest in the High Court, being the former Chief Judge, it was a wonderful piece of work, and she was there all the time, going up and down. And again, the overhead bridge, which is in Italy, is right in front of my little office in Ado Ekiti. She was always there. And then the governor's office. So far, he was so energetic, you know, more active than a man, going up and down and in her trousers. So I think we were lucky to have had her as Commissioner for Works. And I want to say that I am very, very happy that she performed very well. And I see her as a very humble, honest, and somebody dedicated to her job. I think the governor was lucky to have had her as the Commissioner for Works. And so all I want to say is that I wish her the best of luck in all her future undertakings. And I hope, you know, God will also use her maybe now and in the future for further development of the state.
This is the modest bungalow which was used as the governor's office when Ekiti State was created from the old Ondo State in 1996. 10 years after, in 2006, during Governor Fayoshe's first tenure, the governor's office was relocated to this 5-story building. And now, in 2018, 12 years down the road, this 1.3 billion naira architectural masterpiece, reminiscent of a 21st century model, was constructed and commissioned.
We call this governor uncommon man, doing uncommon things, an uncommon situation. I'm surprised, I don't know how to fathom it, that these foundation laying ceremonies that will be witnessing for the past 3 days, people will ask, where is the money? Where do we get the money to complete this project? But we are believing in God, that God shall provide. Amen. He has said it all, that by this time next year, we will all, God willing, come here to commission this project. Amen. Excellency, we thank God on your behalf. And we pray that God will continue to be with you. Amen. He will keep you. Amen. Provide for you. Amen. Protect you. Amen. For a state of your dream. Amen. I congratulate you.
The Honorable Commissioner for Works and Transport and the construction company that comes out, I need to take a photograph with you people because I've seen the work and you have done well. A governor, a president may be committed to do the best, But if he doesn't have a good commissioner, a good minister to supervise that project day and night, you cannot get the best out of it. And if the company is not committed and not competent to do what is right, also, then you cannot get. So these two people, I need to congratulate them, just like the governor did. You have done well, young lady. Your husband and you have done well. Thank you.
Mr. Shola Funmilayo is Director, Administration and Supplies at the Ministry of Works and Transportation, Ekiti State.
He's a fine public officer. Very smart, very sharp. She's a woman of duties. She will read every memo, sentence by sentence, paragraph by paragraph. She is such a diligent officer that she will look at everything. She's a hardworking woman, very intelligent, very brilliant. It's a wonderful woman. She's a team worker and is a leader, a compassionate leader. She has interest in the general welfare of the staff. She's wonderful. She's amiable. She's lovely. And all the staff, we like her and we love her.
This is the former building of the Ministry of Finance and Economic Development, which used to house the defunct Owena Motels at Ekiti. And this is the new structure of the Ministry of Finance and Economic Development, which is supervised by the Ministry of Works. The novelty of the concept and credit of local government dualized roads with streetlights certainly goes to the Fayoshe years through the supervision of the Ministry of Works. They are Afao, Irepodo in Felodo local government area, Efonlaye in Efon local government area, delivered at 155 million naira. Omu in Ekiti East local government area, completed and delivered at 192 million naira. Ikole in Ikole local government area, completed and delivered. Ikere phases 1, 2 and 3 up to the city roundabout cannot be forgotten. Also on the list of dualized local government roads with streetlights is Ilawe, Ise, Ijeru, Emure, among others. Mrs. Funmilayo Ogun went down memory lane about the men in her life. First, her father, who named her Theresa Funmilayo. Then, her husband, Ofome Anthony, a Deltan from Nigeria's South-South geopolitical zone, and her 3 children, all boys.
So even when I graduated, I wanted to go for my master's. Then I told him, he said, then as a young graduate, you don't have finances. He said, go ahead. He still sponsored me, even though I'm a graduate. Even though I was working, he was saying, how much do you have to take care of yourself? So he's a very loving father that I so much appreciate, and I love him so much. I went to Funmilayo University, Ife. That's where I met my husband. I think it's the will of God, I was at the charismatic fellowship on campus. And that fateful day, after fellowship, I was walking away and I met this man. I didn't know it was at the fellowship, but it was after somebody introduced him to me that were of the same department. So that was when somebody said he was studying geophysics and I was studying geology. I said, really? That means we're in the same faculty? He said, yes. And that just by the way. But thereafter we met in the department, I think after a year. So we're doing some courses together. But we're just friends, no string attached. But to the glory of God, some years after, strings got attached. I won't say, initially when he proposed to me that he was interested in marrying me, I said no, because I felt I'm a determined person. I know I'm a woman that needs a man to control. So I felt if I marry somebody of my age bracket, he may not be able to control me. And I want a good home too. I felt I need an elderly person that could be able to say, sit down there, and you sit down there. I felt as much as I know I have potentials in me that makes me to behave like a man or to act like a man. So I felt I need a stronger man that could put me down, put me under check. I felt it must be somebody very, very much older than me. Not knowing that doesn't follow like that. So I told my husband, no, I can't marry you because you are too young. I want another person. I told him blunt. I was very blunt. And he left me quietly. But years after, about 3 years after, and we became friends. And he never proposed again. And we got married. My husband is a wonderful man. I love him so much and he loved me so much. It's the best thing that has happened to me. I can't trade him for anything. Neither can he. We cherish each other. We're born on the same day, not the same year. We share the same birthday, 17th of December. It's like God has predestined that we'll be together. And since we started from nowhere, and God has been so faithful to us, we owe each other love. And that is it. Nothing can separate us. We are the two inseparable. I have 3 boys by the special grace of God. I was at a program on Saturday and I was telling myself I am looking forward to a day I will have a dance with my son on his wedding day. They are wonderful boys. They love me so much. In fact, they make me feel at home all the time. Imagine when your child tells you, my queen, that is my queen. Then my husband will be saying, how can you be sharing my wife with you? We are so close to that extent. They see me as their queen because I'm the only queen in the palace of Funmilayo Ogun. So, and they all cherish me. They are wonderful kids. I thank God for their lives and I wish them well.
Her husband, Mr. Funmi Anthony Ogun, gave his narrative on why he chose his heartthrob outside his tribe and the sacrifices he made while his wife was working round the clock as Madam Fix-It while in service as Commissioner for Works.
Wow, that one is tough. I think it's God's design because when I was much younger, I had some things in mind in respect to the woman I want to marry. First, I would like to have a woman that can tie hair like my mom. And my mom is very good at it. And but most importantly, I actually wanted a woman that would share with me in all totality. And when I met her, she's somebody that is ready to give her all, and I too was ready to. And she just fit into exactly the kind of person that I want to marry. Though she dealt with me initially, the early days it was tough. She didn't want to accept initially, but hey, that's history now. But that was how it came to be. Wow, that was tough. The character, I will start with the character. My wife is, there's none like her. There can never be anyone like her. She's perfect in all ramifications. She's good. She's good. She's very, very good. She's nice. She's caring. She will give all her all, everything to make sure that everybody is satisfied, even though she's starving and stressing herself, going extra mile, things like that. So I don't really know the kind of word. I'm short of words to qualify her. She's perfect. Let me put it that way. She's just perfect. When it comes to her political career, just the way she was doing at home, she has always done those kind of things everywhere she is. When she gets involved, she's involved. When she's in, she is fully in, And her political career, she was fully involved, and we missed her a lot. We missed her. We missed her presence in the house. We missed her food, For the first time, I started eating the Indomie. It was during this political career. We never ate Indomie in my house before. But by the time you come back 3 a.m. in the night and everybody is hungry, the fastest food is to cook Indomie. So that was it. But it was a nice time. It was a nice time. We enjoyed it. And yeah, it was nice. My wish for her still remains the same. It hasn't changed. even before she became a political figure, I've always told her that she's an international woman. That is how I have always cautioned her when she's doing something that I don't really like. Say, international women don't behave like this, because I see her at that level. I want to see her at the same level where people like Theresa May are operating, people like Angela Merkel. They are those levels with which they are operating, and those ones they are no, I wouldn't say they are even too popular when you compare to the almighty Margaret Thatcher. I want to see her at that level, so that is my wish for her, and I'm ready to give all I can to make sure she gets it, and she will get there in Jesus' name.
Mrs. Funmilayo Ogun remains grateful to the visionary leader, Peter Ayodele Fayose, and his wife, Feyi, for giving her the platform to contribute her modest quota towards state development. She beats her chest that it is doable to be a woman politician and still hold your head high.
Where I am today is not by my ability, it's God that has done it, using men. Using the person of Dr. Peter Ayodele Fayose to take me to this level today is the helper of my destiny in political life. He's a fantastic man. For him to give me an opportunity to serve, I thank him and appreciate him. Most men don't believe in women, but he believes that giving a woman an opportunity, the woman can impact our own environment positively. This is the first man that I work with and never asked me out. It's worth of emulation. I want to appreciate him for this. That he gave me a chance to work with no strings attached. In most cases, when you get to work, you're seeking for a job as a woman, meeting people as a woman, the first thing is that come and go out with me. Have a date with me. But this is the first man I will meet that I will work with without having strings attached, without asking me out. So I thank you, sir, for the opportunity to work and discharge my responsibilities as a daughter, as a sister, and as a colleague. Her Excellency, Evangelist Lady Mrs. Feyi Olayemi Fayose is a woman that has touched my life positively. I first had personal contact with her, close contact with her before having a contact with His Excellency. She's a wonderful person. Her life is a living testimony of how a woman should live. She's generous, she's kind-hearted, she's open-hearted, she's a prayerful woman, she's a woman that listens to you, she's a woman that's humble, very humble. So I thank God for her life and I want to appreciate her.
Governor Fayose speaks on his impression.
Let me say Funmi was quite outstanding, an exceptionally performing lady. I thank God that I gave her that opportunity. She wanted to go to House of Assembly. She couldn't make it. And she never gave up. She kept following what we were doing until I found her after 7 months at a different function and gave her the opportunity to be a special assistant on widow matters. Before long, she, after performing exceptionally in that field, I found Funmi to be very committed, hardworking, and she was appointed when my commissioner for works left. Funmi never disappointed me. She is the brain behind the flyover, the High Court, the Ojaba Market, and the governor's office. Never tired, very selfless, and I want to commend her to anybody that might need her service in future. Funmi Ogun, a wonderful young lady, my commissioner for works, and I would rather call her my daughter.
I met her for the first time when we wanted to walk on the road between here and Ado-Ekiti. And when she introduced herself to me as the commissioner of works, I marveled because to me she looks so pretty, young, and charismatic. But what impressed me most was that I told her that I wanted her to meet me at 8 o'clock at St. Paul's, very close to the road, damaged road. He was there before that time. So you can see in her that she's a very punctual person, a timeless person. One of the things that makes life worth living is punctuality. Nigerians usually talk about what they call Nigeria time. She doesn't believe in Nigeria time. And the first lecture I give to my students here some 8 years ago is time utilization. For this reason, I had warmed up to her and I studied her very, very much. She's a gift to this government, it's a government, it's a gift to Ekiti. And I think, with all respect, you can have many people like her among the womanhood. Nigeria will change. I wish her the best of luck, and I think she should not rest on her horse. She has a place in the future in this country. She's not going to end just as a commissioner. She should be either a minister or even the president of the country. She has all that it takes to get there. She's reliable, she's committed, and above all, reliable.
As the curtains draw on her tenure as Commissioner for Works and Transportation in Ekiti State by the 15th of October 2018, what's next for the woman, Theresa Funmilayo Ogun, who certainly has left her footprints on the sands of time?
I believe that the next step too, God knows what is next, how he's going to do it. For now, no Senate. For now, no rep. I'm just going back home, reunite with the family first, and relax with my husband and children. Then look unto God for the next line of action.
Àdúgbò lọ́wọ́ rẹ̀ fún olóríire tó bá pàdé bíi Gómìnà Fáyọ̀ṣe àti àwọn other political stalwarts tí ọmọ mi bá pàdé. Àdúgbò lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run fún gbogbo àwọn ìbá wa gbọ́ pé wá gba ìyìn mi lórí wọn. Àwọn à ń bẹ̀ ọ́ nú àánú rẹ o fún ọjọ́ iwájú Theresa Funmilayo Ogun in politics kí ìwọ Ọlọ́run kó fọ̀nà hàn kó kọ́ mọ̀ ọ́n ṣe kí ògo Ọlọ́run kó fara hàn ní ìgbésí ayé rẹ̀ kó tó máa lọ síwájú àtiwájú ní òṣèlú wọ̀nyí ni mo bẹ̀bẹ̀ tó ti ń tọrọ ní orúkọ Jésù Kristi Olúwa wa. Àmín.
Ọmọ olúburúkọ láwùrín ọmọ láwùrín gbọ́dọ̀ ẹ̀nà ẹ̀níṣàn ọmọ àríjẹun òkè ọ̀rá kéré tí odò ẹ̀níṣàn pérépéré akọ́lé ẹbọ mú òròpó sẹ́yìn rẹ̀ kódà kúlẹ̀ ẹbọ mọ̀sán òròpó rẹ̀ aré ní okùn ọkọ̀ mi ọmọ olóríire.